In Tapachula, Mexico, El Casper, a member of a gang, decides to bring a young boy named Benito into Mara Salvatrucha. He introduces Benito to the gang leader, Lil Mago, who evaluates Benito's commitment through a fight with other gang members. Impressed, Mago welcomes Benito into the gang, giving him the nickname Smiley. Simultaneously, in Honduras, a teenage girl named Syra is visited by her father, Horatio, who invites her to live with him in New Jersey. She agrees to his proposition. El Casper is romantically involved with Martha Marlin, who remains unaware of his criminal activities. Despite her persistent inquiries, Casper keeps his true occupation a secret. To shield Martha from Mago and the gang, Casper meets her discreetly and instructs Smiley to maintain the confidentiality of their relationship. Following a visit to Martha, Casper brings Smiley to the gang's headquarters, introducing him to various members. Within the compound, Mago questions Casper about his recent absence, but Casper fails to provide satisfactory answers. Later, Mago reveals a captured rival gang member and assigns Smiley the task of shooting him as his inaugural mission. Casper assists Smiley in completing the task, officially inducting him into the gang. Witnessing Smiley's remorse, Mago consoles him, assuring that the feeling will diminish over time, emphasizing the need to defend their territory. Mago then shifts his attention to Casper, accusing him of deceiving about his presence in Bambia. He warns Casper that such actions might provoke anger among other members, potentially causing trouble for him. Meanwhile, Syra, accompanied by her father Horatio and uncle Orlando, progresses through the forests. Horatio shares a phone number with Syra, advising her to contact his family in case of any issues during their journey. After traversing Guatemala, the trio reaches Mexico, intending to clandestinely board a train to the U.S. with fellow undocumented immigrants. While explaining the travel plan, Horatio shows Syra a picture of his second wife, Yesenia, and 3 daughters. He urges Syra to regard them as family, but she, still harboring resentment for his past abandonment, rejects the idea of becoming part of his family. During another encounter between Casper and Martha, she expresses dissatisfaction with him concealing his true identity. Their argument is interrupted by Mago, who has just arrived. He questions Casper about Martha, and Casper introduces her as a friend. Martha, angered by Casper not disclosing their relationship to Mago, leaves in frustration, with him following her. Meanwhile, Syra and her family reach the train with fellow immigrants, only to be informed about a delay due to a derailment ahead. While passengers wait for the next train, Casper's gang organizes a meeting at the cemetery. Amid discussions about their usual activities, Mago accuses Casper of shirking responsibilities and lying about Martha. As the meeting ends, Casper notices Martha waiting for him and hurries to talk to her. He scolds her for appearing unannounced, believing she shouldn't have encountered his gang. Later, he seeks Mago's permission to leave with her, but Mago denies the request, offering Martha to accompany him instead. Casper reluctantly watches them depart before facing consequences, a beating from gang members as punishment for deceiving their leader. While guiding her around, Mago discovers their relationship and realizes she's the cause of Casper's frequent disappearances. Attempting to assault her, he inadvertently causes her death during her resistance. Upon Casper's return, Mago casually informs him of her demise, nonchalantly mentioning finding another girl soon. Mago then hands a gun to Smiley, urging both him and Casper to join an upcoming mission. When train services resume, the trio, including Syra, Horatio, and Orlando, boards with other passengers. During a rain-induced stop, they engage in robbing fellow travelers. Mago identifies Syra among them, attempting to assault her, triggering memories of Martha for Casper. In response, Casper kills Mago, pushing him off the train, and compels Smiley to leave. Casper instills fear in everyone on the train, maintaining a cautious distance from him. The following morning, 2 passengers plan to attack him, but Syra intervenes, distracting them by feigning the presence of border patrol. Back in Mexico, as Smiley returns with news of Mago's death, the gang's second-in-command, El Salo, accuses him of being Casper's accomplice. Intent on punishing Smiley for betrayal, El Salo threatens to exile him from the neighborhood. Seeking permission to search for Casper, Smiley requests approval, and El Salo reluctantly agrees, providing him with a gun. He orders Smiley to kill Casper to prove loyalty, warning of dire consequences if he sides with Casper again. While allowing Smiley to leave, El Salo doubts his capability, suggesting they inform their leaders in LA for assistance. Continuing his journey on the train, Casper receives a threatening message from El Salo, expressing anger over his deception. Uncertain of his next move, Casper is approached by Syra, offering food and attempting to engage in conversation. Anxiously accepting the offer, Casper reveals his original name, Wiley. After another night on the train, they reach Veracruz, where Casper discards his cell phone, realizing it could aid in tracking him. At the next stop, Syra once more questions Casper about his destination. Before he can respond, her father reprimands her for talking to someone he labels as a killer. Syra, feeling a connection to Casper, believes they should assist him in his apparent trouble. Frustrated by his lack of agreement, she leaves in anger. Meanwhile, back in Mexico, Smiley encounters another gang, identifying himself as a Mara Salvatrucha member. He seeks their help in locating Casper, and they assure him of support, agreeing to assist in the search. Concurrently, Casper and Syra engage in conversation. Casper shares his dream of flying on a plane and recounts visiting a plane manufacturing factory in Texas. Syra discloses a psychic's prediction that she would reach the US with a devil, interpreting it as Casper. Confident in the prediction, she believes they will reach their destination and asks Casper to take her to the plane factory once in the US. Despite inviting him to stay with them, Casper deems it impossible, foreseeing gang repercussions in the future. Expressing his concerns, Smiley and his newfound associates begin the search for Casper, discovering his location after a homeless individual confirms seeing him on the train. Approaching the next station, Casper, well versed in border police procedures from his smuggling activities, advises everyone to disembark and move around until the train resumes. His strategy proves effective, enabling him to identify gangs searching for him. They spot him at the station and give chase, but he successfully hides and escapes. Upon reboarding the train, he establishes a friendship with Syra's family but decides to disembark while they are still asleep. While contemplating his next destination, he discovers that Syra has also left the train and is now following him. Despite attempting to persuade her to return to the train, it has already departed. Concerned for her safety, Casper expresses regret, fearing other gangs might harm her in their pursuit of him, and he may not be able to protect her. With no alternative, he reluctantly takes her with him and seeks assistance from a local friend to cross the border. The friend agrees to accommodate them temporarily and extends an invitation to have lunch together. After directing Syra to freshen up, Casper is questioned about her by his friend. He explains his intention to assist her in crossing the border to reunite with her family, but she remains skeptical. Revealing that El Salo has already inquired about him, she anticipates further contact from them. While Casper trusts her not to betray him, she asserts that she will act according to her convictions. Back at the train, Syra's family discovers her absence. Orlando suggests waiting for her, but Horatio proposes continuing the journey, uncertain of her whereabouts. Casper's friend conceals them in her car and transports them near the border to board a vehicle for further travel. However, she informs El Salo about their location. In the car, Casper reminisces about Martha through videos and questions Syra about her fears in the situation. She expresses confidence in him, believing he can protect her. In response, he reveals scars from engaging in illicit activities for Mago, emphasizing that Mago disregarded him and took the life of his love. Casper perceives his life as chaotic and is reluctant to involve Syra, as he considers his company potentially perilous for her. Successfully evading the checkpoint by concealing themselves in the car, Casper and Syra disembark just in time to escape El Salo and his gang, who had received information from Casper's friend. Meanwhile, the border police raid the train. In an attempt to flee, Horatio tragically falls off the train and is killed, while Orlando faces deportation. Conversely, Casper and Syra reach an immigrant camp, where Syra recognizes a fellow passenger from the train. Inquiring about her family, she is devastated to learn of her father's demise. Seeking solace, she retreats to the chapel to grieve for her father, with Casper offering support during her difficult moment. Leaving the camp, Casper urges Syra to promise that she will reach her family in New Jersey, especially considering her responsibility for her fatherless younger sisters. Although she agrees, she expresses concern for Casper, who reassures her of accompanying her. They reach a river connecting the two borders, intending to cross it to reach the US. Casper offers his camera as compensation to the individual assisting them across. Following his suggestion, Syra goes first, but Casper faces an attack from El Salo and the gang. Attempting to flee, he encounters Smiley, who unhesitatingly shoots him. Syra, midway through the river, attempts to return but shrieks upon witnessing Casper's killing by Smiley and the other gang members. After spending the night at the riverbank, She continues her journey and eventually reaches the United States. Contacting her father's family, Orlando endeavors to cross the border again, and Smiley earns official gang membership after proving his loyalty through a tattooing ritual. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell if you want to watch more videos like this. Thank you for watching and see you again soon. Take care.